Hi, I'm Shelley of Complex Connections. We're a community interest company who support ADHD and autistic families, diagnosed or not diagnosed, or just exploring that possibility. I'm going to show you 5 steps that I think are really key to helping grow emotion regulation in our families. Every individual is regulating their emotions all of the time in order to interact with other people, to eat, to sleep, to learn, to play. We are constantly regulating our emotions. Emotion regulation is not something that we're born with. It's something that develops as our brain matures, as we gain more use of language. It is something that we learn. And therefore, as parents, we can make a huge impact on our child's emotion regulation and the way that they learn to process their emotions. Step 1 is self-regulation. This is a tough one because when we see our child having big emotions, it can be really difficult to regulate ourselves. We are naturally primed to want to help them and fix the situation and take away the discomfort of seeing them angry or upset. It's really difficult to be self-regulated. But unless we are able to regulate our emotions, we're going to find it really difficult to co-regulate with them, and they will be able to pick up on that dysregulation. So doing whatever we need to build our own energy, to support ourselves, to regulate our emotions. And that doesn't mean we have to be 100% calm all of the time, but we have to be able to find our way back to regulation and have processes in place that allow us to do that. Step 2 is to create a safe space where our child knows that they can experience all of their emotions, not only the ones that are easy to see, not the joy and the happiness and the excitement only, but even the anger and the upset and the sadness. They know that all those emotions are human emotions. We all experience all of them, even the really uncomfortable ones like jealousy and loneliness and overwhelm. We all have those. So we are creating a safe space for them to experience those emotions, and not necessarily a place where we're going to give them a solution or we're going to fix it for them, but literally a space to feel those feelings. The third step is to find ways to support our children. Now, this can be really difficult in the heat of the moment when those emotions are big, our thinking brain is offline. It can be really difficult to think of ways that we can help them in that situation. So I would suggest that we need to make a plan beforehand. Is it jumping on the trampoline that helps in that situation? Is it a big cuddle in a tight blanket? Is it chomping on an ice cube? Is it doing a crafty activity? What is it that they need help with, and what is it that supports them in those situations? Supporting ourselves when we feel our emotions can be really helpful because that's a model for them. So have some activities and suggestions maybe written on a piece of paper or drawn on some cards, things that you can literally just pick on in those moments when emotion is high, thinking is low, and you just need something to support you and your child. The fourth step is to feel the feelings in our body. So the word is sense them. Use our senses. It's connecting the thinking brain with the feeling in the body. So we are asking our child, where do you feel that feeling? And if they haven't got the language to tell us that, they can literally just show us, I'm feeling it in my chest, or my tummy's really hurting, or I've got pains in my shoulders. Whatever it is, maybe they can't express it in words, but they may be able to show us, and we can say, put a hand there, or show me where that hurts, or how big is that feeling? Is it this big, or is it just this big? What does it look like? Is it all messy? Is it a square? What color is it? Any of those things that help them to get out of their head and into their body to really feel that feeling. And again, in this process, we have to be prepared to do the same kind of thing, so that modeling is really important. Step 5 is to begin to speak about it. And this is where the language comes in. We know, and Brené Brown says, one of her quotes is that when we begin to put language to emotion, we immediately begin to regulate ourselves. Being able to think about an emotion in terms of a word or language is really important. Obviously, this is really developmental. A young child won't have that language, but if we can help them to develop their language and to be able to explore, and it's not necessarily getting the right word the first time or the second time or the 10th time, it can take a lot of exploration. And our first thought about what that feeling is might not be what it actually is. So something like an emotion wheel can be really helpful, where we look at the initial thought of the emotion and then we go deeper into different language. So for instance, anger is an emotion that often covers up other feelings. If we can identify that they think they feel angry and then go a little bit deeper, is it actually anxiety, or is it loneliness, or is it because I didn't feel heard in a situation? We can go deeper into that language, and the deeper we can go, the more our child can explore those feelings. I would suggest that we need to be able to do that as well. So if you have that emotion wheel out in your house, maybe emoji cards could be helpful. For some children, they struggle to recognize emotions in emoji cards or pictures of other people. You may need to take a photo of them and let them see themselves with a sad face or an angry face. That could be really helpful for them. It's working out ways that suit your family and your child and helping them to recognize their emotions and put that language to it, so that those conversations become natural in your home. The more we can talk about it, the more we're able to regulate. Those are the 5 ways that I would suggest we can use to grow emotion regulation in our home. It's not an overnight process. It takes really forever. We're always constantly regulating and learning more about what emotions we're feeling. We've created a free resource which you are able to download, to use, and to think about. There's some questions included in there about how you can grow emotion regulation in your family. I would say the key is creating that safe space, being regulated ourselves, and those come first, because our children are not going to talk about their emotions if they don't feel that. So self-regulation, create a safe space, put in support that helps those emotions to come down and to be processed and to be felt, and not to be dismissed or squashed down because they're going to come out somewhere else. Let them sense them, feel them in their body, and let them begin to speak about them. I hope that will help you with emotion regulation in your family. Have a look on our website if you would like any more information about what we offer, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye for now.